beauty fam, welcome back to MikiCarrBeauty. I'm Miki Carrico, and on my channel I love to talk about luxury skincare, beauty, and sometimes small luxury goods. Today I am trying out for the very first time Addiction Tokyo. It is a Japanese based cosmetics brand, and they recently in the past year opened up shop in the United States, so you can get all these products from the US. And so I'm super excited to try these out. I love Japanese makeup, at least the ones that I've tried. I'm a huge fan of SUQQU and SURRAT, which is made in Japan. SURRAT is a US based company and SUQQU is based in Japan. And I have what's on my face is all the products I picked up from this collection, some pieces from this new launch, and then just basically anything that looked really interesting on their website. So if you're interested in joining me in checking out some items from Addiction Tokyo, then keep watching. So I picked up a couple pieces from Addiction Tokyo. So I ended up picking up one piece from Out of Your Shell collection. There were two pieces that came out this year from this collection. There's two palettes. One is this, it was a cool tone palette that's kind of like purple and pink, and I have a lot of purples and pinks and mauves already, so I skipped on that one, but decided to get the Sunrise Tide, the 102 shell, a 102 quad. And this is what the packaging looks like. You have to use like a button to push it to there so it's secure, it doesn't fly open. And this is the quad that I ended up getting. So beautiful. I basically wanted to try a quad or a color story that I don't have in my collection already. And I believe all the prices of what they retail will be listed below. They've kind of been in and out of stock because they've sold out already, but this is probably the second restock. So you might want to sign up for their website for alerts. The description of this release says it's two new limited edition eyeshadow palettes that capture the sparkle of a seaside scene illuminated by sunlight. Both palettes include two bright sparkle shades and two transparent deep pearl shades, infused with our signature skin melt technology for effortless blending and seamless wear. Use the Japanese layering technique to achieve unlimited expression with a combination of color and sparkle. And that's true to form of what I'm experiencing, at least with both SUQQU and now Addiction Tokyo, is that it's not like I would say Western cosmetics, so for eyeshadows. In what I'm seeing with Western makeup is that a lot of it is about pigment and payoff and blendability, and a lot of Western makeup will like to layer and then also like blend it out and then blend colors in together. So it's like all about like packing on the colors and blending a lot of the different shadows together, whereas at least in Addiction and SUQQU, and then some people might know more about Japanese makeup than I do, but I'm just like coming from my experience of using those two brands, plus SURRAT, which is made in Japan as well, is that you want to layer these really delicately. You don't want to pack it on and blend it. That's not how SUQQU or Addiction Tokyo is to be worn. You have to just layer it on. It reminds me of, if anyone knows like art, like Rothko paintings, where it's just delicate layers and like watercolor. That's probably the best way I can describe it. It's like watercolor. You don't want to like pack it on and blend. It's about the layering, and you don't want to blend the colors away. You just want to keep adding. And that's what I have on my eyes, and we'll go into later after I showed you these products and swatches, the demo of me doing the makeup. I also ended up picking up this blush. I was told by friends to try out the blush formula, and they were really recommending that I try the pearl. So they come in matte, pearl, and nuancer. And nuancer is like super light. It's almost like an iridescent, not want to say topper, but like a sheen. And I ended up picking up Addiction Tokyo Sky Flower Pearl, a hazy pink, like a flower set against the blue sky. And what I found in, spoiler alert already, in the demo you'll see, is actually the blush came out of the component, and I'm not going to tilt it because I'm really afraid. So I just happened to just do like kind of keep it at 90 degrees, and it all fell out of this blue or this black container. Those retail for $26. Love it. It's a different formula. It's not like anything I've tried before, but in terms of like it melting in the skin, it is gorgeous. I don't have any other highlight on. It's basically what I have on just from this pearl blush, and it's so beautiful. I'm using a SURRAT swirl hair brush. So gorgeous. Look how beautiful that is. I'm super impressed. I see why they got an award from Elle magazine and Cosmopolitan. To try this Addiction Tokyo, what is this? The Lipstick Extreme Shine. Wise with Age is the color that I got. Okay, Wise with Age is the color I got. Super cool packaging. That is the side that's matte with the logo, or like the name is flush to the bottom at the bottom. See, I love it. It's so cool, and the rest is glossy. It is magnetic, so it's definitely pushes you to put it on the side you're supposed to, because the rest of it is glossy. And this is the lipstick. It reminds me of like a balm, like those Chantecaille lip balms. And balms are really, really, really popular the past 2 years. It is not like the SUQQU Moisture Glaze lipstick. That Moisture Glaze is very, very emollient. It's almost like if you push it on your lips, it could fall apart. This reminds me a little bit more of the Chantecaille lip veils, maybe with less opacity, but it's very, very nourishing on my lips. I have it on now. It's super plump. It's a really, really pretty formula. It says the hydration of a balm, shine of a gloss, and the payoff of a lipstick all in one swipe. It has botanical butters and manuka honey to comfort and cocoon lips, a rich pigment for a long-lasting color. And I'm just going to show you really quick on my phone. These are the colors it comes with, and this is why I'm interested in Japanese makeup. They are really into their formulas and quality of the makeup, and I would say it's very similar to Chantecaille, different formula, but the thing with Chantecaille is that I don't think they do really great shade diversity. Their lipsticks, other than one collection back in 2019, has been just like pink, light pink, coral pink, and like colors that don't look good on, at least me, they look good on people with different complexions, but not me. And they're super light, so I'm not interested in those at all because they all look the same to me. Whereas someone like a company like Addiction Tokyo, look how many different shades these are going to be. These can be also for a diversity of skin tones for people in undertones. And I'm just excited to try more of these lipsticks. I also picked up the mini lip trio, Unknown Familiar. Look how cool this packaging is. I think it's pretty hot. This is the color trio Other Side 102. It comes, there's another one that's cooler tone. I didn't get that. This one is definitely more of the warm color story, and you see here, you'll probably see swatches here. These are more like lip pigments. These two top ones. This one, the top one, is definitely the most pigmented one with the most opacity. It covers up anything under pigment on my lips. The middle one is more like a lip tint, but it still comes down to like a both matte finish. But these are both very, very light formulas. Very like almost undetectable on the lips. And these go on very, very thin. What I love is that also such unique colors that I don't see a lot in Western colors. Maybe I think about maybe Pat McGrath has these colors, or NARS, but this is a different formula. Though my favorite out of this whole thing is this kind of glossy, glittery lip topper. It's so pretty. Let me just show you now. I'm just in love with it. I wish it came in a bigger color, but I just love it as like a topper. It just adds this sexy like plumping look right in the middle if you want to just make your lips look a little bigger. What I like again is that these remind me a lot of those like lip glosses we see with some shimmer in it. You can see here the shimmer in this product, but it doesn't have any of that awful perfumer smell like Fenty Beauty or Pat McGrath. Sorry, not sorry if you like those products. I love them in terms of the quality. I just hate that they put perfume in them. So once I tried them and like found out they had like perfume in their formula, I didn't buy any more Pat McGrath gloss or Fenty Beauty. All the products I mentioned are listed below. I am looking forward to trying more Addiction Tokyo, and I'm going to show you the demo of how I got this look, and then I'll be back with my final review. this kind of glossy pearl, and it has a texture on it. It's almost like a marbled effect that you can see more outside in the shots that I have, but it looks like a pearlescent sheen to it, a pink, like a white pearlescent over design, and the embossing of Addiction Tokyo, really, really beautiful. It reminds me a little bit of the Tom Ford quad packages, but a little smaller, and it comes with a protection here, and this is the quad. And I think because it doesn't have really any mattes, I'm going to go into, ooh, maybe, yeah, let's try this one, this orange one, and see how that lays down. Pretty color. It's nice because it shows up on me. Sometimes oranges can, especially if they're light, might not show up on me, but as a tan, medium tan person, this shows up. It's really nice. It's like a shimmery, satiny shimmery shade. Nice. It blends really, really nicely. Okay, so I'm going to go into this purpley blue, silver purple shade, and I'm going to just kind of deepen the outer V here. There is a little bit of fallout here. And then I'm going to go into this, it looks like orange glitter shade. And these do have, notice like at least this had a lot of fallout. This one, we'll see how this lays down. I'm going to take a flat brush and go into this shade here. To me, it looks like a peachy pink. It's very, very pretty. This is definitely on first impressions. It's not like the SUQQU quad formula. They have a different formula. It's more of a slurry, kind of more oily formula. This has, at least the first one, felt a little bit like the Dior satin shimmer shades. And this just seems like a more of like a traditional shimmer shade. I'm going to build some depth at least of this back in this shade, and then kind of going over the edges, just really using all the lid space I have. I love this color orange. I love this color on me. I think it's really flattering. And then I'm gonna go, what do I want to do with this one? This is a bit more crumbly. This is the glitter topper shade, and this is the iridescent peach glitter. Let me just show you. It's a little bit more crumbly. So I'm going to use that as like a topper and actually use my finger and just kind of use that in the center of my lid. And just dragging it and pushing it in. So this is really pretty. And sometimes I go extra like up top here just so I can catch the light a little bit. And I would say, I mean, I'm doing this for purposes of review. I think if I was going into work, I don't think I would use that glitter topper shade because I feel like I lost some of this beautiful kind of peachy shade, which I'm going to try to build up with my finger here. And I know some people don't like to use their fingers, but for me, you know, this is makeup, just playing to see how the makeup just works with different kind of tools. Our hands, our fingers, a wet brush. Super pretty. I could see this particularly, actually these two being like really nice one and dones, or just using these two, and this is a little bit more extra for some editorial looks. There is some crumbliness you can see here, and the formula is definitely not like SUQQU, not like Natasha Denona. It reminds me a little bit of these two formula, reminds me of like the old Dior formula. They're satin shades, and this is just more like a traditional, it feels like traditional shimmer topper shades. Super pretty. Okay, grabbing a Sonia G soft definer, going into that orangey shade again. This is the Pigmented Apricot. And I think for this quad, you have to like oranges. And yeah, because there's two kind of orange colors on this. This is a fun color. This is a really nice purple, but it's not a traditional purple. It's definitely more cool tone, a little bit of silver in there. This is a flat definer from Sony G. I'm just going back into that silver purple shade to create some depth as a liner, and then kind of going up here too. What this does remind me of in terms of SUQQU, like the Japanese aesthetic, is that you don't want to over blend these shadows because you can blend them away, literally blend them away. And that's the kind of like the aesthetic I'm noticing, at least with Japanese cosmetics and beauty, is just like just layering, delicate, nothing like Natasha Denona where she like really builds it on and a super dramatic like heavy makeup. This is like light and ethereal. And that's the thing about, at least I'm seeing with SUQQU and now Addiction Tokyo, is that it reminds me of like a more pigmented version of SUQQU, like the aesthetics, but it's still very light, ethereal, and some fun colors. Okay, I'm going to finish my eyes and come back. Okay, here is the final eye look. I use the Sisley Phyto Kohl Star Waterproof, and this is the shade, I think it's Mystic Purple. So it's a purple liner with a little bit of glitter on it. Let me do a little swatch for you. And all the products used will be linked below. And if you want to support my channel, that'd be great. You can feel free to do that by using the links. No problem. If not, just they're there for your reference. And this is the SURRAT Autographique liner in purple. It's more like, it's not like a grape purple. It's more like a violet. So it's like a deeper color. On me, because I have like dark eyelashes already, it doesn't really look purple, but if you're up really close, you can tell. Okay, and then I finish with Kitten Lash Mascara by Lisa Eldridge. I think this is such a pretty quad. And the name of it is Sunrise Tide. So I think about the sunrise, purples and yellows and oranges, like basically the colors of sunrise and sunset in the early morning. I really love the juxtaposition of orange, which is a warm tone color, and purple, which is cool. And it just is such a pretty color. Those are definitely my colors in my color story. So I love warms, warm oranges, and then also obviously purples. If you're not new to my channel, you knew that. Let's try the blush. This is the blush, and I got the color Sky Flower. I had heard from friends to try the Pearl. So this color, Sky Flower, is a hazy pink, like a flower set against the blue sky. And I think it looks more pigmented than it actually is, but we'll see. And when I was doing research about Addiction Tokyo, they're really, I guess the awards that they've gotten are Elle Beauty winner 2023 of these blushes, these pearl blushes, and then Cosmopolitan magazine Holy Grail Beauty Award. So SURRAT is, I think, a New York, US based company, but they use a lot of Japanese kind of technology. So very similar. Gosh, I don't want to overlay it. I think it's actually, it's a little bit smaller, but it's kind of like that same Japanese aesthetic. I'd actually wonder, maybe some of you know who know more about Japanese makeup than I do they use the same company? Is it sourced? This is made in Japan, and whoops, oh my god, it totally just fell out. No! Okay, I'm gonna have to call Addiction about this. It totally just fell out. Not cool. Okay, so wow. Okay, so I'll call Addiction to see if they can replace it. At least it didn't break, but I'm pushing it back into the pan. These retail $26, so this should not be happening. It's kind of embarrassing, actually. Embarrassing not for me, more for them. Okay, so that has never happened with my little single for SURRAT. I love their blushes. I just have so many blushes that I don't want to buy more. Like, I'll try it, and I don't have to get like a million others, but I'm always curious if there's new formula. So here is this shade Sky Flower, and I'm actually trying to push it in because it all fell out, and that is the color. Okay, so we'll try it. It's like a pearlescent kind of blush, and I'm really scared to like tilt this now because it fell out. This is a squirrel hair SURRAT brush, Japanese brushes, and it's squirrel hair, so just kind of going into this pan here, and then I have nothing else on my cheeks, just foundation. Oh, this is pretty. Definitely is what I would think of coming out of the Japanese aesthetic. At least what I'm seeing with like SURRAT and then SUQQU. It's like very ethereal. There'll be a little bit of shimmer in it. I'll get in close so you can see. And what happens with filming, sometimes with filming it kind of blows out the actual pigment, and that happens. But let me believe you me, like in real life it is pigmented. It's just because with cameras and lighting, it's just not like translating sometimes like the full impact in real life. Super pretty. And this is what I probably enough of what I would wear in real life. Gosh, that is pretty. I don't think this is like a dupe for the melting powder blush, but the impact, like the result, is definitely kind of reminds me of melting powder blush. It's like really does melt into the skin. There was no skipping. I have texture, so I'm always looking if something has a sheen to it, is it going to add texture? And it does not. Look how pretty that is. I know we're getting more close and personal than we need to, but I just really want you to see. So some of this, there is fallout from the eyeshadow. So this is not glitter from the blush, the pearl blush. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. I'm just gonna put some on my nose just to balance things out. Wow. Well, other than it falling out, I am impressed. I'm gonna contact Addiction Tokyo and let them know it fell out of the pan, because I will be using this. This is going to definitely be on my top shelf. I think this is such a pretty summer. I feel like a delicate like flower with this. And ooh, this is a pretty blush. I am not super impressed all the time with blushes, and I am just happy because now I'm like, oh my gosh, if they're all like these pearl blushes, I would want more, but I want them not to fall out of the pan. So that is the blush in Sky Flower. Look, this is the Lipstick Extreme Shine Wise with Age 02, and I ended up getting, this packaging is awesome, this really cool tone pink. I was looking for something that I didn't have in my collection and something I knew I would use for the summer, and also just wanted something that would match this look. So I ended up picking this color. I had read that this is close, or someone had compared it to Chantecaille's Lip Veils, which I think it's the Lip Veils. It's that formula that everyone loves. It's kind of like a lipsticky, kind of nourishing balm. I love Chantecaille's formula, but for the fact I think their shade range is terrible for diversity. Let's get this on my lips and see what this looks like. And it says it's one swipe, so let's see. That's a pretty color. It's a very spring color. It's not something I would normally pick up. It's like cool tone pink. I usually like pinky browns, but that was one swipe. Let me go in for a little more. For this look, I think it's really pretty. What do you think? So this is Wise with Age, pink with cool undertones. It looks like it's gonna pull a little bit more orange, but with my underpigment, because I already have color down, it just turns a different color. So that is Wise with Age. What do you think of the color? Let me know. Too pink, too cool. I just normally go for ones that are more like pinky browns or just different not cool tones. I definitely go more with browns and nudes of my shade, but this is pretty. Let me know what you think. There's no scent. It definitely reminds me of the Chantecaille lip balms. It's a different formula. I think just on first impressions, I think I like the Chantecaille formula more, just because it seems like there's more opacity and there's like just a different formula, whereas there's a little bit, it's like less opacity, and that's something I look for because I have underpigment, and I think it's a nice like similar dupe to Chantecaille where you're gonna get more shade selections. What I would be interested in actually is trying different colors of this lipstick. Maybe I'll go for more of a Cool Town mauve. I'm looking at their website now, and the brown. They have a lot of browns and reds, so I might try that. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna do is I'm going to take off this lipstick. Okay, I took off the lipstick because I picked up more lipstick to try, and this is not part of that new collection. This is all new for me to try, this makeup brand. So I really, with this order, I was like, well, let me get a swath of things. So I picked up their trio. This is called Other Side 102. The other, it has another trio, and it looks like, I think that's sold out. I didn't get it, but I tends to be more leaning warm tone in terms of colors. And the other one's more like, actually they have some browns in there, but there was like a cool tone pink. Either way, it was sold out, Unknown Familiar, and that's $38. So you get to try these 3 different formulas for $38. This is the one that's more warm tone. Super cool packaging. Look at that. I love it. Okay, so look at these minis. They're so cute. Some minis, which is, to me is perfect. For me who's trying out this this new line, this is perfect for me. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, it's very it's very orangey red. This is totally out of my comfort zone, but we know we're doing it for beauty science. Here, I'm going to cover the rest of my look because it's very cool tone and it's going to throw off the look. So this is the lipstick, and this is the color Scarlet Petal. It's very va-va-voom, like a reddish orange. So if I were wearing something warmer tone, I think this would probably match. It's kind of clashing with the look. Actually, more of the blush. The eyeshadow is warm, so I'll cover up my cheeks. It's a little bit weird. So that is the color. It's like a lip tint almost. Lip tint. It's like a matte lipstick. Very, very thin formula. What I do like about it is that it has really good opacity. It covered up my underpigment. It has really good pigment. It pops. Super, super nice. I like, yeah, it's very thin. Doesn't have a smell. Feels good on the lips. I'm going to keep, again, this is the first impression of this makeup line. I'll put some updates below on how these are wearing, but I am usually not a fan of like these kind of lipsticks, but this is nice. This is nice. I do like the color. It just, for me, it's hard to find like nice orangey reds, and this is a really nice one on me. Okay, so I'm going to try to take this off and then use the balm. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to layer this and then try to do it separately and see what happens. Okay, so this is the one that's called Dusty Ginger, and this is more of like a balm. It's like an orangey red. But let me swatch the other one for you, just so you have different lighting. The other one was an outdoor lighting, and this is the one I just put on. It's very, very orange. That's that Scarlet Petal, and this is the balm. It's very, very small. Dusty Ginger. The lettering here is very small. And this last one is more of a glitter topper, Apricot Dream. So pretty. This packaging is just fantastic. That's the thing about Japanese aesthetics. It's just so clean, really modern. I just love it. Doesn't have any smell, none of these. Okay, so what we're gonna do is combine some of these, just like mix it up. I want to see, and then I'll do these individually. So this is the balmy one. This is Dusty Ginger. It warms it up more. Not much difference, but it kind of makes it less matte. Okay. And then we're going to layer this one up, and I'm not going to put it directly on my lips because it's going to stain the doe foot. I'm just going to put it on here and then layer it on. Ooh, so pretty. Yeah, it just makes it lighter. I'll take it a little more. almost looks like gold. This is a very, this is a very sexy trio of lip colors. Really pretty. So if you don't like matte and you want some dimension, just put that little pop in the middle. It makes your lips look super juicy. And it was just combining all three of these. Okay, so I'm going to take this off and then go back in to try this individually. So I'm going to try that balmy one. This is the Dusty Ginger. It's very thin, like the matte formula. And I believe Chanel and Dior have like products similar to this, like very thin, like lip tints. These are nothing like the SUQQU lip fog or Fluides. Those have more body to it. These are very thin. There's not as much opacity in this one. This is definitely doesn't pop as much. It has more brown or rust in it. And I feel like these are very like Japanese colors. Like what I notice, at least with SUQQU, they have a lot of oranges and orange browns, which seems to be like really, really popular in Japan. At least what I'm noticing. So this is kind of like what I see as a popular color, oranges, the hue of like light orange, bright orange, brown, orange browns. And yeah, it dries down. It's so funny. It went on a little bit like less opaque. So this has like super matte, pigmented. This is like in between. It dries down matte. So these are both matte. I was wrong. These are not balms, but this is more like a lip stain. So this is actually nice. I actually like this one more because I feel like this doesn't look as bright as the other one. I'm gonna grab what is this? A Makeup Forever Underwear Caffeine Lip Pencil. Okay. So this is what it looks like with like some brown liner. I think it grounds it a little more, makes it like more wearable. I definitely would pair this. It's definitely matte, very thin. It doesn't feel like it's drying. It feels like just my lipstick doesn't have any balm on. And just for funsies' sake, we're going to grab some of, again, that balm, putting it on my hand, and I'm going to dab it just so we can see what it looks like. Wow, these glitter balms are so pretty as a topper. It reminds me a little bit of like those Pat McGrath lip balms where they have like glitter on it, but without that heinous vanilla. I can't remember. Pat McGrath has a scent to her lip glosses and I loathe it. I really, some of you know, I'm so sorry if you, I'm just like always going to be honest with you of what I like and don't like. And it's totally a preference. Some of you might be like Pat McGrath stans and like, I love her makeup, but it's a deal breaker for me for any brand, especially if they put a lot of scent or perfume in their products. And she does that with her lip glosses. Like Fenty and Pat McGrath have the most beautiful lip glosses. And I think they just I wish they got rid of the scent because it's gross. Like I can't stand either of the scents. So I don't buy any more of their glitters, either Fenty or Pat McGrath. So if you always have been looking for kind of another product that has like the effect plumping gloss, not plumping, I would say like the glitter topper or glitter gloss by itself, maybe check out Addiction Tokyo. I now want to, so I think this is really pretty. It's like basically the two colors together. What I want to do, I think this is, again, I think these matte are really nice, but I keep going back to this topper gloss and it's like apricot with some gold flecks on it. It is so pretty. What I want to do is take this off and just kind of see what it looks like by itself. So we're going to do that. Okay, I'm back. I want to try this by itself, this Apricot Dream. Again, it's this one. It's this, I don't know if anything's going to show up, but it's more like the topper that I've been talking about. So I'm just going to swirl and twirl and get some and then actually use the doe foot. Thankfully, no scent. And it really feels like it acts like a traditional lip gloss. it definitely has like some cool glitter particles in there, so it looks shimmery. I think this looks so sexy. I love this. Out of all the three of them, this is the one I'm out of the lip products I'm love the most. And it's so boring, other than it's like so easy and everyday. And I have natural pigment on my lips, so for me it's okay. Like I get color because I have color, but I think this is so pretty. I'm interested to see what other kind of pearl lipstick toppers they have. I think this is so pretty. I don't know what else to say other than like, look at this packaging. It's just so pretty. It is not the same formula as SUQQU's treatment wrapping lips. And I'm going to show you the SUQQU because I love it. It's like my favorite. Ooh, can I say it's my favorite lip gloss? It's probably my favorite lip like gloss treatment. And I have more of them. This is the one I just picked up next to me. And some of these top three have glitter particles in it. So I'm just going to kind of stack this on top so you can see. It's a different formula entirely. These treatment wrapping lips are just so nourishing. It's such a special formula. This feels more like a traditional gloss, where this definitely feels like a treatment. So I just thought I'd show you these. Last makeup look application. Oops, there's a lot of that. I'm actually using that lipstick I got. And then just putting one layer on. And some of you know this about me. I just love to layer my lip products because why not? They like to cocktail it. So I'm putting that gloss that I'm like keep gushing over and just putting it over. And it just kind of, yeah, it gives a more of an orange hue to it. A little bit of glitter. It's beautiful. Woo! Love it. I wish this came. Now I might go on the website and then actually see if I'm going to use all this, and I want to see if they have a full size of it. And that's the thing, sometimes with limited edition they don't have anymore. It's just what it is. So I just combine these two. Play with your makeup. They don't have to be by themselves. You can combine your blushes or even use whatever you have to layer. So this is my first impression of Addiction Tokyo. I am so impressed. I am so excited because it's Japanese makeup, and I've always been interested in Japanese makeup. As some of you know, I have a huge collection of SUQQU. I'm so like in love with the SUQQU makeup, especially their blushes, eyeshadows, and their foundation. Actually, I'm wearing their OG cream foundation today. It's like one of my favorite cream foundations in my entire makeup collection. And what's so exciting is that it's not just one Japanese makeup beauty collection to dive into. It's Addiction Tokyo has been around a while, and it's just like last year that they have started selling in the United States. So with SUQQU, you have to live in the UK or in Europe in order to get it, even though it's a Japanese brand. Like, and you have to get it through Cult Beauty, Liberty, London, Harrods, or Selfridges. And I use Selfridges, and you have to pay like sometimes extra for the shipping. Whereas Addiction Tokyo, since it's now based in the U.S., you don't have to pay extra. So if you're interested in trying out Japanese makeup and SUQQU has been out of touch or not reachable for you, this is pretty affordable makeup. It is definitely, I think it's more on the luxury beauty side with the prices, but I think they're not anything different than what you're seeing in Sephora. So I would say give it a try. The aesthetic of what I'm seeing with Japanese makeup, at least with SUQQU and Addiction, again, it's ethereal. It's not gonna be like Pat McGrath or Natasha Denona, like super pigmented. It is elegant, it is ethereal, and it's just a very soft look. And let me just show you how it looks on the eyes. I think in real life it just looks so pretty and delicate, and just that's kind of like my vibe. I don't go for like really heavy makeup. When I do that on this channel, it's because I'm reviewing things for you. I also do it for fun, for editorial purposes, and have fun with makeup. We should all be having fun with makeup. But in terms of like, if I didn't have a beauty channel, this would be my aesthetic. It is my aesthetic. I like things that are light and ethereal. This blush is everything. So I'm going to reach out to them and let them know it fell out of the pan. I hope that's not the case with all their blushes, because gosh, you know, I do not need any more blushes, but this is beautiful. I'm just tilting my head so you can see how it looks. There is no highlighter on my face. It is completely this pearl formula that is giving me this beautiful, youthful glow, and is beautiful. This lipstick topper, gorgeous. So I just can't, like, I'm just gonna stop now gushing about Addiction Tokyo. I don't know, it took me so long to try them. I guess, you know, part of it is I have to budget what I'm going to be buying on my channel. I don't do this full time. If I'm buying something, it's because I'm genuinely excited and want to try it. I don't buy things that I don't like. So there's some products actually and brands I stopped buying because I just don't like them, and I'm not going to buy it just to review it for you. Like, I have to be genuinely interested and like think I'm gonna wear them and use it, or else to me I don't like it if it's wasteful. If you're interested in trying Japanese beauty, Addiction Tokyo is a great place to start. SURRAT is another brand that you can try using. I do have a discount code of Miki15 that gets you 15% off. They are not Japanese owned, they're US owned, based in the New York City, but almost all of their products are made in Japan. So you're getting pretty much kind of like the Japanese aesthetic with Japanese craftsmanship with like a New York modern aesthetic. And I own quite a bit of SURRAT. I love SURRAT. That's my review, beauty fam. If you want to check out Addiction Tokyo, please do. I'll put their website below, and then I'll do affiliate links for all the products I demoed today. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe. Do you know a lot of you viewing actually are not subscribed to my channel? Go ahead, subscribe, help me out by commenting, liking below. If you feel like you want to support my content and my channel, you can go ahead and feel free to use my affiliate links, or at least just send a nice comment below. That helps out as well. And as always, please be very kind with yourself and others, and just be you. Until the next video, beauty fam, take good care. Bye.